There's no doubt about it that part of aging and going through experiences, it makes you more cold-hearted because you lose some of your naive hope or trust in people, things, or just this world. You can lose faith in humanity and lose hope for the world. And I would say, definitely as I get older, I fall in that category. I still remain overall optimistic, but I certainly don't deal with people in the same way I used to. I don't waste time. I don't waste time on people that I don't share the same energy because my heart's just too cold to bullshit people. Good to see you, Mary Taz. Keep walking your dog and keep reinventing your life. Inspired James, great to see you. I appreciate you showing up. Never forget, you can be smart and strong. You still need people to give you opportunity. Never forget, if you show thankfulness and if you do the work of your life, you don't need to repay someone with your soul because if someone helped you, you repay them by doing a good job, doing the best you can. Look, when I was in my teens and 20s, I was fortunate enough to date, okay, and to experience love. It may not be like, So I will say that I'm fortunate. I know some people probably have not got to experience love. Love has different seasons. There's puppy love, there's mature love, and then there's your spouse gets too old and they get sick and they get nasty because they're not happy with their own life and you wish death on each other. That's part of love too. But as a middle-aged man, I'm in the middle. And because I kind of got over relationships, and then after my dog died, I became really... There's a part of my soul that died after my dog died. And, I know people that have experienced great loss in life. They've lost their children. I remember when my grandmother lost her son. And I remember everyone used to always say she was never the same after that. If you lose your child, it's very hard to not be cold-hearted to a certain degree. It's just the reality of life. Good to see everyone in here. ESP lost her husband. I'm sure she turned cold-hearted. Amar, good to see you. Twist, I love you. Inspired James again. Yeah, we're going to get to live comments. I appreciate everyone. Shout out to my man Pluto. He lost his mother last year. But I was thinking about that. I've been talking to a couple different girls, and I'm getting ready to kind of probably settle down. Whether or not I buy property is always going to be in the air, but I'm pretty much, part of being a drifter makes me cold-hearted because I have no roots to any community, and I have no real attachment. And so every day I'm pulling up weeds. Every day it's a mental exercise where I don't hold on to anything. But as I become more stationary, because look, once my dog died, and then once I sold my house, once my dog died, all the love in my heart kind of went out, and I just focused on my goals to keep me going. Okay, because whether you go through a breakup, a divorce, or death, you have to put your energy into something. If not, your energy goes to depression, no energy. It's like so it's like the sales pitch to going forward is if you don't get up after you get knocked on your ass, if you don't get up, the world keeps kicking you. So it's like the same philosophy with getting bullied. Like, yeah, look, you may not win, but like the alternative is you're going to get beat up every day. So, you just deal with the pain, So don't get bullied by life. But I want to share with you that you have to put your energy into something positive and productive. If not, your energy goes to drugs. Your energy goes into people. Even part of my mistakes in some of my dating was I could be so loving that I put all my energy into someone else and I neglect myself, and that's a very unattractive quality, and it's unfair to the other person. And I've had people do that to me. Like even online, some people are obsessed with me. I understand it because I can empathize, but I also, I can't, I'm not a parent. I'm a YouTuber. I can only take so much. But I want to share with you that after my dog died, I became very cold-hearted as far as really like, man, there's nothing really you can hold on to too much in this world. So really, you can't even allow your heart to go full-blown, full care. I don't even think it's wise. I don't even think it's healthy. Because I think when you just love and you don't put any restraint on love, I think that that's unfair to the person you're in love with. And I think that you set yourself up for a more devastating thing. I know someone right now that their service dog is suffering and they can't put it down because they put all their love in that service dog. And so now, because they don't have any discipline, guys, it's like, it's discipline. It's like, I'm not a cold-hearted bastard where I'm going behind and, and knocking people on the head with a baseball bat. But every day, I'm not carrying the weight of the world. I'm not thinking about how can I make someone else happy. I try to make sure I don't hurt people, and I try to make sure I encourage people as best I can, but I'm not going to play the game. I'm not there anymore in life where, I'm really trying to, because that's how you make yourself sad. But I want to go back. I want to stay focused. So my dog dies, and I've been through relationships. I kind of figured out for my personality and how I'm built as a human, long-term relationships are not me. Okay. And after my dog died, I don't really want to get another dog. You just repeat that cycle, and it was a lot of work too. So it's a double thing. It's like, it's a lot of work, just like any relationship. And it's like every relationship, it ends. And then you realize, look, the world, as you become middle-aged and older, this world, everything's temporary. Okay. So I put all my energy into my goals. I knew my goal was to get to Florida. I knew one of my goals was to live below my means so that I can put more energy into my creative passions like this to just keep me going. You got to keep yourself going. Shout out to my man, Cartoon Mark. He put a smile on my face with a drawing that he did of me, a caricature. If you think painting doesn't matter, you're mistaken. Now you're going to have to do it as a side hustle. His main hustle is tracing out utility lines. His side hustle is painting. But I want to tell you, that made my day. I mean, it put a smile on my face. I really enjoyed that painting. Like, I remember for years I spent in Manhattan, and I would walk around in Central Park, and I'd see the people doing it. They did those characters and stuff, those paintings and things. And people, some people be doing music, some people be doing characters. But I never really got like too engulfed in it. But when someone gives a caricature of you, a painting of you, it was like in this humorous mode, this cartoon. I really enjoyed it. It matters. Your gift matters. But to use your gift, you're going to have a main hustle. My mom, her gift was to sing at church, but she couldn't raise 3 kids on singing. So you got to figure out a way in life to keep you going. How can you do your gift without neglecting responsibilities to pay your main bills? Inspired James, $5 super chat. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Empathy, patience, compassion, forgiveness, especially to self, but maintain healthy boundaries. Well, I appreciate your positivity. I don't know, man. Like I say, the beginning part of your thing, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. I don't know, man. I question that, sometimes everything does work out. Say, man, maybe God did work everything out. So I'm not going to lie about that either. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't even know how much I definitely still have faith. And I definitely still believe there's some type of God. And I believe in Jesus, and I respect all religions. But, like, I remember Jesus's last words. He asked God, why did you forsake me? I remember Moses's last word. He asked God to kill him. If you read the Bible, don't just follow religion, you realize many people in the Bible became cold-hearted. Like, there was some psychopath who left a comment yesterday, well, Sam, you read the Bible, you know the vaccine is part of the sign of the beast. I'm saying to myself, you would have been a psychopath who would have agreed when the Bible says slaves should obey their slave masters, women shouldn't speak in the church. There was all type of wrong things in the Bible. So guys, we're beyond, and this guy has a mental problem because I see by his comments. So you know what religion did when you had a mental problem for hundreds of years? They performed an exorcism and they drilled holes in your skull to release the demons. So if you believe the vaccine is the sign of the beast, then you should allow the religious people to perform an exorcism on you and to drill holes through your skull. Now, if you don't want to take the vaccine because you just don't believe in it, that's fine. But don't start cross-referencing that with religion, okay? Because that's bullshit. Okay? And I know you got a mental problem. But let me get back. This is also why, too, I become cold-hearted. Because I read the comment section. I say, and I see the other YouTubers out there who act nice, like Camo Dave. This guy's a fucking scumbag. Low social... He acted so nice. I saw his videos. I used to like, say, maybe this guy's scumbag. Okay? And Unstoppable Morgan, scum girl. Okay? And they both act like they're each other's friends, and they both talk about each other. Total shit show. And I say to myself, man, I tried to encourage both. And the hard part why I become cold-hearted, because sometimes people act like they really are these empathetic, loving people. But then you see their true colors. And we all got true colors. But I show you guys, for the most part, I show you more than most people. And so, but these are psychopaths. I said to myself, Sam, you're trying to rationalize someone who would buy a mannequin head, okay, a male mannequin head at Walmart, and has a puppet and drinks alcohol. You're trying to rationalize the thought process of someone who won't take a vaccine but will take injections of Botox, who says they're living their best life but dates a manager at a strip club. Sam, you're getting out of control. Fall back. Okay. But I see humanity. Okay. But I see good in humanity too. Okay. And so, you know, sometimes that's the problem with being online too, because that's made me a little bit even more callous being online, but it's hard. It's like everything. Like 20 comments are good, 2 are bad. It's very hard not to deal with the 2. But I want to get back to the story. I went off track, but that's how I do it. So after I put my energy into accomplishing my goals, I pretty much met them. I'm in Florida. I've been living below my means. I paid off my debt. I've saved up money. And now, whether or not I buy a home base, it's cherry on the top. I haven't retired early. That's still kind of, we'll see. But if I'm living where I want to live, and if I'm living below my means, with the years of work I put in, my resume, my credentials, I should be fine. I'm willing to work. I'm not lazy. Thank you, James. And so, thank you, everyone in the comment section. I'm going to get to it. And so I said, like, you know, I've been meeting people now in certain areas and forming relationships, and I've been thankful for that. And I've been meeting some girls and flirting with them. But I said to myself, do I really even have the capacity to go back to a person that would be totally open to forming some type of long type of relationships, or just allowing to share each other's life? And, you know, to a certain degree, yes, but to a certain long-term degree, no. So, you know, I don't know, you know, like that in itself, that honest evaluation of myself kind of like almost makes life bittersweet. That I kind of know for the rest of my life, even if I buy a house, even if like I form relationships, there's something inside me that never goes back to the person I was. It just doesn't. And I think as you get older, it's just part of it. But I don't hold on to this negative thought. I share this with you. I let it out. I acknowledge it for life. Okay. And again, overall, I stand by my life. I stand by how overall I've treated people in real life, and even online. Like even online, I talk reckless sometimes to people or black people. But look, they know that's I'm doing what I need to do for me. I'm not gonna go into this whole damn thing, okay, where I gotta babysit adults. I'm not gonna do it. I'm damn sure I'm not gonna justify criticizing a critic who can't take criticism. And I damn sure ain't gonna back someone who I tried to encourage, okay, and they end up fucking with someone that don't give a fuck. So I say, look, let everyone do what they gotta do. Like I said, I'm not into controlling people. I have no desire to control people, guys. So, and that's why I said to myself, that's why I'm a drifter. Because I don't even know if I want to get involved. I don't even know if I want to be planted in a community anymore. Like my pastors used to always say, if you don't go to this church, you need to get planted into another one. And I think there's a level of wisdom for that. For, 10 years of my life, I got planted in church. I needed to develop myself. But I also, that experience made me a little bit cold-hearted too, because I got very delusioned or very disillusioned because, their church ended up in a disaster. They still did great things for me, great people. But, all that makes you bitter. But again, like I say that as a sober man who stays healthy, productive, and positive. Like I see drunk old men act nice and funny and stupid, but the fucking don't do, it's like, that's all alcohol talking, man. And that's fucking like you gotta be nice. Because here's a guy, they ask him, how much do you make? He fucking tap dances around and doesn't tell you. I tell you exactly, I posted how much I make. Okay? He's a fucking fraud. Say that you make $500-$700 a month on YouTube, $900 a month Social Security. You share an apartment, you broke as fuck. Say it. So they don't say that. That's why I'll say it. But I want to share with you that everyone in here has their own story. Okay. Like I said, I think of ESP, I think of Pluto, I think of Mary Todd. All these people, we're going to share about them. Twist is dealing with, controlling father. I met a guy yesterday who knew me from YouTube, and I could tell there were family, he had probably experienced similar things with his father that I did, because I could tell we connected on when I asked him a question, I could tell his body language. Body language is 80% of every conversation. It's like, I remember, I liked a girl, and I took her, and my man came with me one time to this event, and he said, Sam, which girl you digging? I was like, I like that girl. And then she came over, we were talking, and then we were talking for 10 minutes, and my man was there. And then when she left, I was like, what do you think? He's like, Sam, I was looking at her body language. She goes, she ain't feeling you. And I respected that he was honest, And so now, I always noticed that, what's the body language, X, Y. And there's times now where I get all the body language positive signs. But then I pull myself back. I say, Sam, what do you want to do? This is not what you want. And this kind of makes you cold-hearted because, even if I get all the good signs, I'm this cold-hearted. I'm not cold-hearted, but I'm cold-hearted. So that's the core of what I wanted to share tonight. We're going to go to all members' comments. I'm going to take a hydration break. Like my man, Cartoon Mark, I love that he put hydration break and all-night gas station in the drawing. That was excellent. Excellent observation. So, roll down my windows, take a hydration break. Life is better in Florida. Life is better with boundaries. Is life better loved? Well, they have that saying, right, that it's better to have loved than not loved at all. Better to have loved and lost than not loved at all. I do agree. I'm a better person for having loved. So I do agree. Look, when you lose, some people paralyzes them the rest of their life. And I would say even right now, a little bit without a woman's touch and without love, I have become a little callous. But I say too, I know guys got divorced and girls, and they're totally callous and they're totally dead. They're doing renovations. So this is the life. See, I understand, being single has a pro and a con. Being married, pro and a con. There's no perfect. And so I know that. So I'm not delusional. Okay? And so, let's go to these live comments. Let me take a hydration break. I started talking too much. Mary Tyler's again, great to see you. Inspired James, thank you again for that tip and thank you for your comments. Yeah, showing up is the key to success. 90% of success is showing up. 90%. So if you can do that, guys, you figured out 90% of the game. And if you figured out 90% of the game, guys, you'll figure out the other 10%. You know what I mean? You figure that shit. That's why I always I keep it very simple, guys. I tell you guys what I've learned in life. Show up, figure the rest out. Okay. Take the promotion, figure the rest out. Okay. That's it. Okay. There's exceptions and there's more than that. But guys, I mean, we're together for an hour every night. I do a video every day. There's only so much I can get across. So let's just keep it simple. And I trust everyone to develop themselves from there, Inspired James says, hello, Mary Taz. Mary Taz says, hey, James. Oh, Mary Taz. Doggy Super Chat, $4.99. Sam, I don't think you're bitter. I think you're living your life the way you like. Thank you. Nothing wrong with being true to yourself. Heart emoji. Well, heart emoji to you too, Mary Taz. I know I empathize with the season you're at where walking your dogs helps you with health-wise. Because that was my first step when I was obese, just taking my dog for a walk. And even though I was very social when I was young, when I got to my late 20s and I let myself go, I became a recluse. And so I had to learn to develop myself again socially. And walking my dog helped me physically, and and it also helped me socialize with like my neighbors in my community. And so that was like part of like me getting back on my feet, right? So, and like I said, like once I sold my house and once my dog died, I'm not attached to nothing. So I have developed myself, my creativity, I've developed my goals, I've learned a lot, I've traveled up and down the East Coast, I've experienced a lot. But it's also this unattached life. What it does, there is this like nothing to lose, don't give a fuck mindset, because you always have things to lose, right? You could be tortured, you could be hurt, etc. But for the most part, the drifter life, the nomad, and this is where a lot of people I've seen in the nomad community, especially that already have pre-existing mental problems, they become a nomad without developing themselves first, and then they isolate themselves more than ever. They're still underdeveloped. They don't have a foundation, and all they do is travel and live this destitute life or unwise life. Okay. And again, who am I to say what's unwise? I always tell you guys, do whatever you want. These are my thoughts and my opinions. Okay. But I'm going to share with you that, like, I got a message today from a 71-year-old woman. I blocked her. She goes, well, because I did the video about, on average, I don't recommend people live in their car. And she left a comment. She goes, well, I'm a 71-year-old woman, and some people don't have a choice. They're desperate. I'm on a waiting list for subsidized housing, etc., etc. So I looked on her channel. She had a brand new $30,000, $40,000 van. Yeah, she's real desperate. And she said she's in this controlling relationship. Now, the one thing I'll give her is that women who are in their 70s, they're baby boomers, they didn't have as much economic opportunity as men in their generation. So they probably have lower Social Security. I'll give her that. But I question her decisions that led her at the age of 71 to stay in this relationship. I had a family member and friend who kept going back to a drunk, abusive person. We would always try to help them, always try to get them away, but they chose to go back. Okay. And when someone chooses to go back, they only want your help. They only want your advice when they have no other choice. And you do what you can, but you can't make people choose. It's like taking a drug addict to rehab. You can take them there, but guys, they don't change their life till they want to. So, that's also I've become cold-hearted, because I got in the middle of people's lives and never, guys, call the cops. This is what happens. Two people will try to kill each other. You call the cops, then they get mad at the cops, and the two people who are going to kill each other, they're friends again. So you know what I say? Hey guys, I'll call the cops because I don't want to see the innocent get hurt, but we will never hang out. We'll never have coffee, and not too many people got my phone number, okay? Because I saw what it is. You want to put my life and other people's life in jeopardy, and then when they try to intervene, okay, you lash out on them and you try to hurt them, and then you're cool with the person you caused chaos with. It's guys, this is the reality of life. That's why you can't even family, friends, guys, gotta be careful. All right, let's go back to live comments. But see, this is some things I've been through. I gotta share with you. ESP says, perfect timing. I appreciate you saying that. Gives me confirmation I'm on the right track. Thank you, ESP. I just got my dinner in time for the live stream. I love having you, ESP. You've been a blessing in my life, and I want to thank you. Hey, Sam and gang. Thank you, ESP. Amar, hello, everyone. Great to see Amar. Shout out to North Florida. I will want to give an update. So regarding Starbucks and indoor closures, I guess it's on a county-to-county basis in Florida, because I drove to a different area today, and some Starbucks are still open on the inside. Some are still not. So it's going to vary, I guess, on what county you live in based on the, I guess, the COVID cases. So that was good news I got today. I'm very thankful. Twister, what's up, everyone? Twister, great to see you. Thank you for your positive attitude. Spire James, limit obligations to self and provide selfishness from your abundance when your cup overflows. I agree with that. Self-care, everything flows through self-care. If you're not doing self-care, you're dating a manager at a strip club. If you're dating a manager at a strip club, everything in your life is out of order, and you will make desperate decisions, unwise decisions, because your biggest decision is how do you take care of yourself, not how do you build out a van and travel. And if you haven't figured that out, I'm not mad at you. I don't judge you, but I'll never pander to you and say, let's go meet in the desert and talk about, how you can free boondock. Guys, when your life is in chaos mode, yes, you need separation, but you also need to work on how you got there, not just how to get away from there. Because without that, you'll get away, but you'll end up back in a similar situation, okay, without the help of others. If you can't help yourself, go see a social worker. A social worker is there. They are a person who is trained to help those who are struggling to help themselves. Are they perfect? Guys, no one is perfect at any job. Is every plumber perfect? No. But guys, go to get help if you need it. But go to the right areas. Go there. Don't go to a YouTuber. I always question, like down here in South Florida, like Keith Sweat got a radio station, and or he's got like a show on a radio station, and they call Keith Sweat up, and then like a guy or girl, I want to apologize to my girl, like on a radio. So I'm like, if you gotta apologize to your girl, I don't think you want to call the Keith Sweat hotline. Maybe it sounds good, but I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. I'm getting off track. Inspired James, hello, Mar, Twister, ESP, Mary Taz. I don't think grief ever ends. I think that's a wise statement. It just becomes part of your life. I agree. I never recovered from certain deaths that I've experienced. I move forward. How do you move forward? How do you move forward after a death, divorce, or breakup? You have to separate from what's hurting you, and then you got to put your energy into your goals. Because if you don't put your energy into something, the energy turns on you, and that's how you get depressed. So if you're totally lost, go for a walk. Everything will be found. Go for a walk. Now, if you're like D, if you got a broken leg, go to physical therapy. Okay? Whatever you can do based on your abilities, do it. Idle time is the devil's playground. Be very careful. A nap is the devil's daughter. Okay? Every time you're sitting there at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and you want to take a nap, I want to let you know the devil's right on your shoulder and says, go to sleep. Might as well be in a cat. Now, look, my mom takes naps. I love my mom. If you're a senior, if you got major issues, I understand, guys. Okay? I'm talking in general terms. Let's talk to adults. Okay? In general terms, especially for the relatively younger or middle-aged, especially, guys, anyone who's depressed, even you fucking seniors, I hate to say it, because some of these seniors, they're depressed, they're not happy with their decisions, and so what do? They take a nap, okay, and then they get mad when you tell them, what are you talking about? What do you want me to do, guys? Let's just stay positive. Mary Toss, I think grief never ends. It just becomes part of life. I agree. Scars on your heart for life, they never heal though. I've been stitched up a few times, right? So when you're cut so deep, like you get stitches, your flesh does heal, but there's a scar in some of my things for life. So that is how it is emotionally. Like some deaths or some breakups or some life, it cuts so deep emotionally that yes, you do heal, but there's a scar on your soul you carry with you for life. It's just what it is, ESP says, loss has actually made me more sensitive to the pain of others. I'm thinking of the Sade song, King of Sorrow. So ESP says, again, she lost her husband, RIP. She goes, loss has actually made me more sensitive to the pain of others. I'm a little bit more tolerant of others because I now understand that others can be going through unimaginable pain. I can understand that. When I guess, yeah, I can understand that. I can respect that. Adam, what's up, brother? Great to see you, man. You're a positive person. I love you. He goes, I am starting to get that way too, Sam. And I told you, that's why I worry about you. Because you're so positive, you're so loving, and you got so much on your plate taking care of your elderly parents that have dementia. You're going back to your ex 2-3 times, which I know that's a disaster. And you're raising kids. And, you know, I'm sure you got financial things. And you probably got siblings. Even, that's why we got to have boundaries. Especially for my very sensitive, loving people. Because I always tell you guys, you can become a cold-hearted bastard. Because if you're sensitive with no boundaries, you let everything in, you get so cut up, you're gonna flip a switch. Like, I recommend you watch that movie, Me, Myself, and Irene with Jim Carrey. It was about Jim Carrey. It's a funny movie, but it's serious. Where Jim Carrey was this loving guy. He loved everyone. He took care of everyone, super nice. But he was so nice, he had no boundaries, that eventually he reached his turning point and he became a cold-hearted killer, like, basically. Like, you'll see the story. But you got to have boundaries with your parents. I learned that. You got to have boundaries with your friends or change your friends. I learned that. You got to have boundaries with even the women or men you love. Because if they become your everything, guys, that's not healthy. 2 is even love is a discipline. Like, that's why I think, like, some people struggle with food. Some people struggle with drugs. I've met people that struggle with love because, like, they can't just take a little bit. They fully engulf in it, but they don't discipline themselves to not depend on that person. And then they repeat a cycle of indulgence. Anything in too much, like with no discipline, that's what I tell you guys, discipline's your friend, not your enemy. Because if you don't discipline yourself, you're going to get in a real unhealthy situation. You know, discipline, yeah, guys, going to make you a little bit cold-hearted, but you're going to have enough balance to still have a healthy relationship. See, you can go full love with no discipline. You eventually going to turn into the Undertaker. So, like I said, that's how the caretaker becomes the Undertaker. And all my caretakers know that's fact. All right, let's take a hydration break. Let's go back to these live comments. If you haven't already, click that thumbs up. 70 people watching. 31 thumbs up. Look at these cold-hearted bastards. Guys, you want proof the world ain't cold-hearted? It's a free thing to click that thumbs up, and over half the people don't want to do it. That's the biggest analytic in itself. Yet they want to click thumbs down. I know. Guys, like I said, guys, I'm a drifter. Don't bother me none. I'll deal with it. You know, I'm willing to deal with it. But I know so many YouTubers, and I understand it. They're not willing to deal with it. They shut their channel down. They shut their life down. Because they know on the other side of this screen are some cold-hearted bastards. See, but what they don't realize with me, guys, it's one cold-hearted bastard talking to another one, okay? So it's like, what's it going to be, all right? You know, don't take it too far, all right? Let's stay positive tonight. Let's stay positive. It's true. Right said. Yep. Now let's take pause. Where are we at? Adam, I love you. Inspired James, thank you for all the laughters and thumbs up. Hey Snow, good to see you. Haven't seen you. Hey Christina. Hey everyone. I don't want to go off track here. I'll get to everyone. Twisted. I'm not gonna lie, Sam. Knowing I will one day lose my family gives me a lot of anxiety, and I think about it every day. It's understandable. I was like that, definitely younger. I would date someone, or I would be doing something, and I would fear it would end. And part of maturing is I've learned to discipline my mind, and you realize everything ends. So you have to learn to enjoy the moment, manage your time, and let go. When the conversation is over, don't keep them on the phone. When the energy is dissipated, go to the next task. And that's a discipline. We want to indulge. You know, it's like we want to eat 5 servings of something. You know, some people literally, like, 5 servings. But some people emotionally, they want 5 servings of hugs. So You know, it's like when you're eating at the table of life, you got to learn to eat enough and indulge a little. But then I remember I was dating this girl in my 30s when in my 20s, I X'd out the game. In my teens and 20s, did a lot of things. In my late 20s, seclusion. In my early 30s, I got back into shape. I got back into life, and I started dating again. And I was dating this one MILF, and she was like, and I was getting a little infatuated with her. And she was like, Sam, don't indulge in your thoughts. And she knew because she was going through herself. So, you know, you learn these different things through experience. Oh, shit. Super chat coming in. $9.99. Truth out there. What's up, man? Thank you. Those videos on Sebastian, Florida, nice area, really pushed me to look for a home base. Well, visit first several times. Don't rush, because buying a home base is serious, and I want you to go informed. I want you to visit, and I want you to take it easy. Let me continue to read your comment, and I'll expand on that. I am in the process now and going to see some properties on the coast. Thanks again. Well, thank you. Sebastian is good. It has a different energy than Southeast Florida. So just look. Visit during the day, during the night, talk to the neighbors, go to the supermarkets. If you're still in the workforce, you're going to be probably working out of Melbourne or Orlando. Orlando's about 2-hour drive, hour and a half drive. Melbourne's right, 15 minutes up the road. So it's not South Florida. It's right on the border. You got to get to Vero Beach before you get tropical. But Sebastian's laid back, affordable housing, nice people. I didn't see a lot of crime. Always little pockets. So I recommend it. But I always say when you're buying a property, I would like you to visit the area several times. I would like you to secure economic opportunities. I would like you to visit the hospital, visit the supermarkets, visit the local things that you would do in your daily routine and the surrounding infrastructure, so that you're a well-informed buyer. You're not over-emotional, because buying property is very emotional. And you take one of the biggest purchases in your life serious, and that you don't, because again, your financial freedom is more important than a home base. Because if you buy a home base because you fall in love, but you don't discipline living below your means, guys, that's how you get in an unbalanced relationship. Like, that's why now, guys, I've seen property I fell in love with, but I say, Sam, either that's at my means, meaning I can afford it, but it's not below my means. I want my financial freedom the rest of my life. I want to be able to paint. I want to be able to do videos or whatever I want to do, in addition to doing whatever I got to do for my main hustle, because I'll do both. But I don't want to be beholden to others because I had to have a certain property. The property don't make me, bro. And the property should never make you. It should complement the lifestyle you've already created, okay? At a certain point, it does make sense to buy property. If it's below your means, if it's in an area you like, and if it has some long-term potential, okay, for appreciation, because you don't want to buy in a totally destitute area. Not wise. So hopefully that helped you. Let me get back to these live comments. Thank you for that gracious tip. Oh, we got another one coming in. K. Smith, $2 super chat. Sam, how do I get water while car living? Well, you can go to the gas station. Usually they allow free water from the fountain thing. You can go to Starbucks. Starbucks gives you free water when you order coffee. I order coffee. You could probably go in there and ask for it, but I don't do that. I order coffee to get free water. So gas stations, cafes, even Dunkin' Donuts, I think, give you free water, but it's not good. So that's it. So, but I know you're kind of joking because I know you saw my video, but I appreciate you. But yeah, that's all I would say, brother. Appreciate you, K. Smith. Thank you again. Thank you again, Truth Out There. Thank you again, Mary, Taz, and James. Let me go back to these live comments. Good to see everyone tonight. I'm grateful. So yeah, Twister, like I was saying, brother, you'll learn as you mature through trial and error that one day at a time. Manage your time. When the conversation is over, move on and have your own things that you do for yourself that have nothing to do with someone else. Working out, going for a walk without other people, so that you're not dependent on them for your happiness. That you learn to take yourself to the movies or whatever you do for your own personal enjoyment without people from time to time. That way you've learned to be independent. Now at some point you'll need, that's why I got into church, because I wasn't there. I wasn't mature enough in my early 20s to, even though I've always been a little bit of a loner, I needed to develop myself. So I got into like a support group like church or whatever. And you develop yourself through the strength of others trying to help and trying to grow in a different direction. But then the problem I found with church too was I was putting in the work of developing myself outside of church. I wasn't just depending on church to save me. Okay. And so I was able to leave the church and still do me and evolve into another person, because what I saw was, after a period of time, some people just clocking in at church to like be part of the crew. And while I would think there's great people there, but I'm trying to always go to another level, only because if I stay stagnant too long, my soul dies. I got to move. I got to flow, So yeah, hopefully that helps you. Maritas. I get that, Sam. When I have lost dogs before, there was a while when I didn't want to be around anyone. Oh yeah. Yeah, it took me about a year before I even wanted to be around anyone. I eventually get another dog. I don't know how you do that. For me, it's part of my life. Well, I guess I do. My mom would say that often. I can understand that, Maritas. I love you and I appreciate you sharing that. Adam, hello, Inspired James. Christina, hey, Christina, shout out to you. Praying for your daughter. I know there's issues there, but I'm praying for you. I appreciate you. And you're going that part-time camping. You're learning. See, Christina's doing part-time camping. She's learning to spend time for herself, not depending on her daughter to get her life together before she can enjoy life. Because in my experience in life, your daughter's going to do whatever she's going to do the rest of her life. So love her, but have boundaries with her, and you go out there and you enjoy your life too. Because at a certain point, that's just part of like that next level of being a parent or being a friend, is that you got to give the space for everyone to kind of like do, even if you disagree. You got to do that. I got to do me. Like, your daughter can't say, well, you shouldn't be going camping because, I'm sure she's doing some crazy shit. Look, I'm doing me. You do you. We'll connect and share, but we also got to have boundaries. Inspired James, thank you again for that tip. I know I read that, and I appreciate your positive tone, your positive comments, and I thank you. Inspired James, forgive me for saying this wrong. Cognitive reframing. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to search this up. I don't want to act like I know what that is. Let me just Google that. Like I said, guys, keep your words plain and simple. Why? Because there was a whole paragraph in the Bible that says, if I can speak in different languages, but if people couldn't understand what I'm saying, it has no value. So the best value you have is to keep that shit simple as a mofo. However, don't dumb yourself down for me. If this is part of just who you are, don't dumb yourself down for me. Never dull your sparkle for someone else, but don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. Because remember, most people asking me, where do I park at night? Cognitive reframing is a psychological technique that consists of identifying and then changing the way situations, experience, events, ideas, or emotions are viewed. I'm not saying this right, but I'll try. Cognitive reframing is the process by which such situations or thoughts are challenged and then changed. It sounds like your therapist taught you that. I don't know. To me, look, you can adapt and change your outlook on something based on you doing self-care, period. Okay. Because the more self-care you do, the more aware you are, and the more you can reflect on what you did right and what you did wrong. And then you can form a new way of thinking called maturity. Cognitive framing is something an overpaid therapist learned in theology, but she never was in the projects at an all-night bootleg liquor store, okay? Where if you try to tell cognitive reframing, okay, to the guy behind the bootleg liquor store apartment door that he should retrain his mind, she gonna get stabbed, okay? So try to tell cognitive framing to a psychopath living in their van, okay, that is totally delusional. Guys, for some people, keep your space, okay? Use wisdom in how you move, okay? And just remember, guys, there ain't enough cognitive framing in this motherfucking world, okay? to change a delusional psychopath, okay? And if you don't believe me, guys, you know, it's a whole nother dimension of life out there, okay? And there's some shit they don't teach, okay? And I know a couple girls, guys, I had to break down, you know, they were like wanting to be a therapist. I always tell you, like, don't date a girl who says she wants to be a lawyer solely based on the fact that she like to argue with people. And don't date a girl who says she wants to be a therapist because she's so psychologically damaged, she wanted to go study in college psychology. Because what you're going to find out, guys, is that trying to study psychology to save your own mental health, while it may have some value, the bottom line is you got to learn to be honest with yourself. And if you don't have the skill set to be honest with yourself, even if you know what the chemical adjustment is biologically, psychologically explaining biology to a psychopath is like, guys, explaining arithmetic to someone who's brain dead. It's like there's a total disconnect. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like you go down this whole dimension, okay, where guys, we're in the fifth dimension we're in the all-night gas station, guys. This type of psychology is not learned in a county college. It's not learned in a Division I college. You cannot learn the psychology of all-night gas station, okay, or any other example I can give you a lot of examples, okay, in books. There's value in books. There's value in biology. There's value in all these different theories, right? Study them, guys. But I want to say, don't mind fuck life. Whether it's religion, biology, science, art, etc. Don't mind. Guys, remember when you're going down this deep rabbit hole, and this is the problem with conspiracy theories. Like Alex Jones' biggest problem was he was so busy on saying what every politician in the world was doing wrong, he neglected his own house. He got into a nasty divorce, he became an alcoholic, and he developed unhealthy relationships with his own family. And I want to tell you tonight, if a man or woman cannot manage their own house, they can't manage anything else, okay? And if someone is not taking good care of themselves, I don't want to know about their political, theological, conspiracy theories, or anything else. Payday DeNolan, $4.99 super chat. I have a problem with acting out my thoughts. I procrastinate in fear of the outcome. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. By you sharing that shows me that you are mature enough to do what you need to do to correct it. Because anyone who can articulate what they feel is wrong has already given themselves the solution. So one is congratulations on having the mental capacity to evaluate yourself, and that's the answer. So you're going to go to therapy for 10 years. They're going to tell you the same thing you just told yourself. So now, how do you correct that? Through self-care. And I'm going to give you clear examples. You wake up by 7, okay? You do something productive that you may not want to do, whether it's the laundry, your main job, or something productive. You don't take a nap, you take a break at lunch, okay? Then you do another thing because you're managing your time, okay? And then you go eat a healthy lunch, and then you go for a walk. And then by the end of the night, you're productive, you're positive, you're walking, you're working out. Your mind is now doing this reframing because you're living a life where now your mind can think clearly. You can't mind fuck your way out of depression. I can't tell you a way to get out of depression. I can tell you to structure your day so that you will get out of depression. If you can't structure your own day, eventually a social worker needs to come and structure it for you. So the good news is, like I paid to know, I had someone left me a comment 2 weeks ago. And they say, Sam, I get what you're saying, but I can't work. I have a second grade intelligence level. I've applied for disability. I'm waiting. He left me like 5 paragraphs, well written, with the correct pronunciations. So I said to myself, bruh, you just left me a 5-paragraph comment, well grammared. Don't tell me you have a second grade intelligence level. Because a second grader says, my favorite color is blue, and they spell blue wrong, and they spill apple juice all over their fucking chin. Okay, guys, if you can type a 5-paragraph comment, I'm not saying you're not disabled, but I'm saying you have a higher level of intelligence than a second grader. Okay, so what I want to tell you is by you being able to be self-aware is step one. Step and be accountable. Step two, do the work. Step three, get the reward. See, guys, most people will struggle with being honest with themselves and accountable. But if you can do that, great. Now, step two is do the work. That's where most people take a nap. If you do the work and you don't take a nap, step three is you change your life. It's a 3-step process, change your life. It's very simple. But guys, you know what I think most people are going to do? They're going to be up all night debating the vaccine, okay, debating politics, okay, trying to convert other people to their reframing instead of working on themselves. And that's where most people fail because they become delusional. They think too highly of their own reframing. Guys, there's a lot of way to build life. And that's what I tell you, build your shit. Tuesday, $2 super chat. Love to you, Sammy. You know what it is. Fire emoji in the all-night gas station school tonight. All right, guys. Thank you, Twisted. Thank you, everyone. Forgive me for being late on these comments. You guys know I appreciate it. Twisted, thank you. Everyone, thank you. Pay Nolan, you're going to figure it out. Guys, police are circling the all-night gas station. Thank God I just saw that they got called off to another emergency. So we got a little bit longer. Let me go back to these comments. Yeah, we're in an all-night gas station. Christina, love to you, Twister. Remember, friends or family we choose for ourselves. I agree. As you get an adult, one of the best parts about being an adult is you don't have to live with your parents. You got to work not to live with your parents, but you don't have to. And then you get to do what you want and you get to form relationships with people you want, but you got to be emotionally strong. And if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be emotionally strong. And if you're not emotionally strong, you ain't going to be able to get the money. And if you're emotionally weak and you ain't getting money, guys, you're going to end up in a toxic relationship. It's going to end up in a disaster. Inspired James says, hello, Christina. Mary Toss, I'm grateful that I have my dog. She's got my back into walking. I understand that. With COVID shutting down, the gym, the pool, walking is the only option. I agree. Look, again, I understand that they had to shut COVID down to a certain extent to figure things out, to get an infrastructure in place, et cetera, et cetera. But like I said, guys, unless there is a mass amount of deaths piling up or the hospitals becoming overrun, I am not in agreement with mass shutdowns. I think it causes more harm than good. I am not a Trump fan, never been, but I agree with the overall philosophy that the cure can't be worse than the disease. So that's where, again, I find balance in the thought process. Again, if the data is showing us there's a problem of an outbreak, then we mitigate. But look, guys, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a politician. If I was and we were trying to do it, then, I'll have to figure out a policy. Eventually, they may get to it. Look, everyone's got to be vaccinated for this or that. I don't know. But all I can tell you, guys, I can't pour too much energy into that because that's not my job. I got other jobs. I can't save the world. I can only do one thing at a time. Dog Dude, what's up, man? $3, I like the name. $3 super chat. I appreciate the super sticker, man. Dog Dude, shout out to you. You keep doing self-care, stay positive, stay away from toxic relationships. We love you, we appreciate you, and I thank you. I have gratitude in my heart, not entitlement. I thank everyone. Thank you. So I understand what you're saying, Mary Taz. Yeah, yep. Twister. Thank you, Christina. Love to you. Yep, appreciate that. Inspired James at Mary Taz. Do you have a lake nearby? Doggies love the lake. Beware the washed up fish. Yeah, that's interesting, James. When I first got my dog, when she was a puppy and had a bunch of energy, I took her to a park behind my community, and there was a little pond, and I let her loose off the leash, and she ran right into that lake after a geese. And I had to get her out of there, and I had to take her home and clean her. It was a disaster. But then when she got older, my dog could barely walk up the street. So that's what also made me a cold-hearted bastard. When you watch someone with young energy that had all this life in them, right? And it is inspiring, sometimes frustrating, right? But then you watch them slowly decay and die, and if you got to put your dog down, or if you're a caretaker to an elderly person and you're making, you got to take them off life support, etc. Guys, these are big dog decisions. And these are the decisions, or these are the observations where they can't teach you in school. It's like you see someone you love, you see them decay, you see their last day at the hospital. I've seen people take their last breath, guys. I mean, you see certain things, and guys, it can't help but make you a little bit cold-hearted, at least for me, so, Inspired James. Sam, you're merely making observations. Thank you for understanding. Many of us share your perspective. James, I want to thank you for your encouragement, your positive comments. Thank you, Inspired James. Meritas, and Inspired James. Yes. Have to drive them, though. Oh, the dogs to the lake. I prefer going to the beach. Praise the Lord. I agree. Inspired James. Well, damn, Meritas. If you got that option, yeah, beach for the win. I agree with that. Yeah, Cartoon Mark also did that on his drawing. He put Florida for the win. He did a great job. That drawing made me smile. That's a gift from the Lord. Inspired James. Pat, go, what's up, man? Inspired James. Cold-hearted snake music emoji. Oh, Paul Abdul. I like Paul Abdul. I had a big crush on her. I dated a girl looking a little bit like Paul Abdul. Bless her crazy. I gotta look that song up. Cold-hearted snake. I never heard of that. Thank you, James. Maritas, thank you again for this gracious tip. I know I read it, but I just want to say thank you for sharing your journey with us. Thank you for staying positive. I know it's not easy. You have a loving heart, and I appreciate you, Maritas. Inspired James. Sammy, Starbucks symbol. That's the Starbucks stock trading symbol. Because don't forget, Starbucks is a publicly traded company. So is Dunkin' Donuts. Planet Fitness is a publicly traded company. Guys, these are all big corporations that are a service to society. He goes, Sammy, Starbucks around here are starting to have inconsistent and varying hours. I've experienced that. Some are now open indoors, some are now closed. So it varies on county. Pro tip, to determining what's open, use the app and see who's, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, taking mobile orders. That's a good suggestion. Thank you for that suggestion. Inspired James, the term asshole comes to mind. Never heard that term, man. Bounty? That's interesting. I never heard that term. That's pretty funny. ESP, laughing. That Keith Sweat show, yeah, this some good Keith Sweat shit down here, is hilarious. Yeah, guys, yeah, that's how two knew. Like when I was figuring out where I want to live in Florida, there was no Keith Sweat show in even like in St. Augustine, Flagler Beach. There's no Keith Sweat show. The damn sure ain't no Keith Sweat show like in Southwest Florida. Guys, the only place there's a Keith Sweat R&B show is Southeast Florida. That's how I know I'm in the right spot. Yeah, that's where you buy a home base. Now, Sebastian didn't have Keith Sweat. So I like Sebastian, but I need Keith Sweat. People call about one another, yeah. And they basically tell all their business. Yeah, it's like Jerry Springer, but, it's something to listen to. They're practically giving their whole address out and name. Yeah, guys, there ain't no shame when you at that level of delusion. ESP, my coworker got a bunch of us into listening to Keith's show. Oh, you listen to? What is he broadcasted on the internet? I listen occasionally. I didn't know he was, what do they call it, like simulcast? I didn't know that. Oh, that's interesting. They got Keith Sweat in Alaska. Oh, shit. Meritas, to get through losses, I have had to separate my feelings and keep the good memories and let go of the bad. And I had to live with the losses by pushing forward with myself and my life. Yeah, that's a key comment. Look, guys, to get through the losses, she's saying, you got to step back from your feelings and you got to just like put your energy into something productive, something positive. If not, that energy turns on yourself and it's a disaster. I agree. Good job, Meritas. Oh, shit, Inspired James. All caps, hydration break. You're on fire tonight. Damn it, siren emoji. Siren emoji to you, Inspired James. You're on fire. Let's take a hydration break before the cops come and doing another clean sweep. Okay? Thank you, brother. I also want to shout out the one who coined that phrase, hydration break, when I first started my YouTube channel, and when I would be fortunate to get over 10 people in my live chat, now I got over 80 people. Guys, there was this one guy called Starpack. Starpack was a guy who would watch me. He was from Chicago. He told me I think his brother was going to commit suicide or had suicidal thoughts, and he watched one of my videos. I don't know which one. And I don't know, it helped him in some way. I mean, it's a blessing to say that. But he would come on. Again, I had 10 people in the chat room. 2 people would talk. And he said, Sam, take a hydration break. And that's where I got the phrase. So I can't even take full credit for that. Snow, it's great to see you tonight. Love to you, Snow. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being a member. I'm glad you're laughing. Laughter's good for the soul. Inspired James, oops. Thanks for the reminder, Sam. I don't remember what I was talking about, but thank you. Inspired James. Hello, Snow. Yeah, Snow's here. Hey, Snow. Christina's laughing good. Yeah, Christina, laughter's good for the soul. You know life's a disaster. We got to try to laugh as much as we can. Snow, hey, everyone. Great to see you, Snow. D, what's up, D? The older you get, yep, the more losses you have. I agree with this, to endure, and memories just to make you feel sad. Yeah, that's why we got to focus our energy. It's not easy when you're laid up with a broken leg, so I empathize with you. Do the best you can. I was a little bit cold-hearted. Sometimes I'm cold-hearted in the comment section. But someone basically said life is simple. Enjoy the good times, endure the bad times. And I said, well, I don't disagree, but what's your track record on taking that simple advice? I don't know why I said that. I shouldn't have said that. But he was right. Or she. Truth out there, thank you again for that gracious tip. Yeah, overall, I like Sebastian. It's not tropical enough for me, but overall positive. And overall, very affordable housing. And you would do overall good. Just visit the area first. Inspired James. Sammy's vids are going to create South Florida real estate bubble. Yeah, guys, I struggle with that. Some people say don't show certain areas in South Florida. You'll give away secrets. It's like some people say that's too with information. I give people information, not just on YouTube, but like in real life. My philosophy is there's enough money to go around. There's enough real estate to go around. There's enough life to go around. I've learned obviously, you have to keep some stuff private. You always got to do some stuff private. But overall, guys, I'm not insecure. Like where I'm worried about, no one can take what God has for you. And I believe you get more by sharing what you know. Again, you keep some stuff private, but you know what I mean. And the other thing is, I know human nature. I know most people ain't going to do shit. Okay. I know some psychopath chick that wants me to show her the inside of a $100,000 house. I know she ain't going to buy that shit. So I ain't worried about her. Oh, we got a celebrity in the building tonight. We got Cartoon Mark, who did the best drawing that put a smile on my face, brother. Your gift is from the Lord. Because if you can make someone smile, and you made me smile and laugh today, that's a gift. Because my cold-hearted ass woke up this morning, and when I saw your video you did last night of that character drawing of me, it brought sincere joy and laughter to my heart. It was a great job. You had Florida for the win, my fingers up. You had all-night gas station. You had hydration break. You had everything right. And it totally inspired me. So what I shared about you is just like my mom. You have a main hustle tracing out utilities, and your side hustle is your creative passion. And the goal in life is to live below your means, even though you may still need a main hustle. But you're more freer living downsized, living simpler, so you can go more after your creative. And I want to tell you, anyone who tells me that drawing a character doesn't matter, I want to tell you tonight that Cartoon Mark uplifted my soul. So if you ever walk in Central Park or wherever they do them, I mean, that's the only place I've ever seen them doing in person. But where someone draws characters of the person. And you say, oh, that's stupid. Why are people getting their characters drawn? I want to tell you today, guys, the Lord showed me that blesses people to be able to, and that's a gift to be able to draw like that, brother. So, Cartoon, thank you. Port St. Lucie for the win. You know what it is. Port St. Lucie's tropical. Some people say it's overdeveloped, but I say, nah, it's still not overdeveloped. I would say, because they still got two all west of I-95. So, Port St. Lucie, Vero Beach. I think Vero Beach is the next Port St. Lucie. I'll do a separate video on that. Shout out to my man, Mike. But look, guys, Port St. Lucie, overall good vibes. You're not going to really go wrong. It's a good mix of suburbs, but still close to a good amount of energy of South Florida. So, yeah, shout out to you, Mark. You're going to make it out. I'm going to do a video, Mark. I watched one of your videos. There was a 55 and older community that you like off Route 1. I gotta go back to your old video, and I gotta write down the name of that community. I'm gonna do a video for you of that 55 and older community that you like off Route 1. Excuse me, brother. Love you, and thank you again for that character, man. Made my day, and it showed me the gift of artistic inspiration. Never forget it, brother. I love you. I believe in you. Don't let anyone talk down to you, brother. Never forget it. I love you, man. Back to these live comments. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. I understand, D. Keep pushing forward. Truth out there. Thank you again. Inspired James. Thank you again. Keith Smith. Yeah, I know you got a good sense of humor, Keith Smith, because you always, you're listening to the things and you're always leaving the comments to like put some levity, put some laughter into the conversation. So thank you, Keith Smith, for your positive attitude. Shout out to Tulsa. But I forgot you were telling me in one of your comments you had moved. I got to go back and read it. But Keith Smith, love to you and thank you for everything. Inspired James, howdy, K. Christina, you're right, Sam. Space and boundaries. Yeah, you got to do it. D, good for you, Christina. Happy camping. I agree. Guys, the only way to get out there and do shit is to get out there and do shit. Because believe me, taking a nap ain't going to get you any closer. Jack, I appreciate, man. You've been very consistent. Thank you for all your support, brother. He goes, can I get and I must have been late on this because I didn't even see this. I apologize. Can I get a Joe Biden watching you? Hey, brother. You know me. Who am I to deny the Joe Biden dementia filter? Have you gotten your vaccine? The Delta variant is out there. We must protect the population. If you're not vaccinated, go to your local CVS. Children, it's your father, Joe Biden. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Joe Biden's coming for you. Joe Biden's coming for you. All right, let's take pause. Let's go back to the bubbles, guys. Let's go back to the bubbles. Don't get upset. Donald Trump read. No, we ain't gonna do that. Where's the DeSantos? I don't listen to anyone. I don't think that. Let's go back to normal. Let's stay normal. Where's Cuomo? I molested my assistant. Where's the Cuomo? I am Cuomo. I molest everyone. Where's Cuomo? We gotta find a Cuomo. All right, let's stay positive. We got way off track. Thank you. I apologize, Jack, for being late. Gianna, I'm laughing. Good. I don't remember what I said. Gianna, great to see you. Shout out to you. We're doing a lot of stuff tonight, Gianna. Inspired James. No need for a therapist. The premise of here we go. Oh God. Here we go. Now don't forget, guys. Inspired James. Okay. He's not a doctor. He's not a therapist. Okay, but he's got a lot of information over here. Let's read this up. He goes, oh my God. Hold on, sorry, James. Keith Smith. I'm sorry, I was late on this, Keith Smith. I'm moving to oh yeah, that's right. San Francisco in May. Southeast Florida is too hot for me. Yeah. I remember a guy told me, Milano, my Cuban brother down in Miami, him and Emilio live full-time in a park in Miami. They got Class B RVs. So he told me when I first came to Florida, he said, Sammy, don't worry. In the summer, the heat drives all the assholes out of town. Not that you're an asshole, but he was just saying that the heat drives people, and it's true. Not everyone's built for this. Guys, I'm built for the heat. See, like some people try to figure out how not to sweat. I try to figure out how to sweat. But I respect you. I respect San Francisco because don't forget there's more poverty in Tennessee than San Francisco. I hate to say that. So, but don't forget that I respect Tennessee also. Dave Ramsey helped me. I'm no disrespect, Timothy. I love you guys. So, Keith Smith, I love you and I'm proud of you that you're going after the environment that inspires you the most. I love you. Keith Smith also said, your house videos are going to raise the market in Vero. Guys, like I say, I'm not scared to compete. And believe me, my videos are not going to raise the housing market. The Federal Reserve is going to change the housing market. If they raise the interest rates, my videos don't matter. My average video gets about 1,000 views, okay? So believe me, guys, even if my video got 10,000 views, remember, most people take a nap. Most people are not going to leave their family. And most people can't stand the heat. They're going to get the hell out the kitchen. And guys, and you got to remember, a lot of original Floridians, and they're not even original. Most of them came from other places. They're entitled. And they don't want to see outsiders come in. I'd agree. I don't want to say anything negative. I could say some negative things right now. I ain't going to say it. I just want to tell you this, guys. This is America. Okay. And you can move anywhere, anytime. Okay. And you don't have to answer to anyone, okay? Because the last time I checked, okay, you don't have to check in with a local Floridian to see if you can move. You can bring your politics, you can bring your side piece and your main piece, okay? Because in a capitalist society, as long as you buy the property, it's fucking your property, okay? So whoever don't like that, okay, you send them a dildo for Christmas. And you tell us, you remember Christmas? You remember when Donald Trump tell you he was defending Christmas? Take this dildo and defend Christmas, okay? Because I know you, okay? You excuse murder and deplorable behavior, but you're a Christian. Okay. So what I can tell you is this, guys. I'm a cold-hearted bastard, okay? So if you think you got me beat, okay, you ain't seen nothing yet, okay? So let's celebrate Christmas. All right, let's stay positive tonight. D, $3 super chat. All right, D. We're back in it, D. I appreciate that. D, thumbs up to you. I appreciate you, D. All right, guys and girls. We're very late to All Night Gas Station tonight. Thank you, D. Thank you, everyone. Inspired James, I gotta get back to this. He goes, no need for a therapist. The premise of conjunctive reframing in this context is to turn the victimhood mentality into the victor mentality. You try. I got a couple people. I want you to explain this to them. See if you don't get yourself cut up. Not applicable to psychopath. All right, as long as you understand that. You know better. Like, damn right. Yeah, damn right. Yeah, don't try to explain it. Guys, I want to tell you tonight, guys. If you want to try to preserve your life, man, don't worry about getting a vaccine or not. Don't go trying to explain cognitive reframing, okay, to some people in this world, guys, because you're going to destroy your life. You're going to get hurt, okay? Guys, you got to be very careful out here, okay? All right, as long as we're all on the same page on that one, okay? Peyton Nolan, thank you for sharing. Like I said, man, you smart because you articulated what the problem is and you know what the solution is. You'll do it. Inspired James. Oh, shit. K. Smith. Ramsey going to fire you for premarital car living. Well, like I tell you guys, we're in America. First Amendment right is you don't have to believe in any religion, or you can believe in any religion. The First Amendment of the Constitution says that you don't have to be Christian. You can be Muslim or you can be atheist. You can believe in porn or you can believe in Elon Musk. See, Dave Ramsey basically says if you don't follow Christian principles, you can't work for his company. Well, that's not American. Because under the First Amendment of the Constitution is you don't have to believe in any religion or any. And if Dave Ramsey doesn't stand for that, then he can keep preaching pay for cash for everything. Because if everyone paid for cash, the economy would collapse and China would take over. Because if you think China manipulates currency, you haven't met the Federal Reserve. Because there's some cold-hearted, money-manipulating bastards. But if you think they ain't better than Dave Ramsey, you haven't studied human history. When America, just 100, 200 years ago, was a third world country. And farmers who paid cash and had slave labor, they ran the country, not the Federal Reserve. And what I want to tell you is thank God for the Federal Reserve. Thank God for printed money. Okay? Because if it wasn't for printed money, you'd be tending to the crops. All of us would, me included. Okay? Because we all be farmers. And what I could tell you is I don't want to be a farmer, okay? I didn't even want to be a construction worker, but I did what I needed to do. And I damn sure don't want to work for some religious nut job who, even if his children don't do a good job, you know damn well they get in Ramsey Solutions. I knew a couple people like that in my career. I said, no matter how hard I work, this company going to their ungrateful, uninspiring kids. And what I want to tell you is I just saw some coochie. Oh, shit. This is why you come to South Florida, man. Because I'm doing a live feed, and all I see is 2 Live crew. Look at a girl with the Daisy Dukes on. Damn! Oh, man, fuck. Yeah, nah, you gotta come to South Florida, man. Keith Sweat is in here, man. All right, let's stay positive, guys. Get me way off track tonight. Where are we at? Inspired James. But I get your devil's advocacy on busting my balls. Don't apologize. I appreciate that about you, Mr. Contrarian. Good job. I got your sarcasm. I appreciate you. Good job. Inspired James, I enjoy the term procrastinate. I'm not mad at you, man. I love you. Inspired James. Oh, hello, Gina. Inspired James. ND. Trista, love you, Sam. I love you too, brother. You stay positive out there. You're going to figure it out. Mary Taz, have to go walking. You love it. With the doggy. Have a great night. You too, Mary Taz. Thank you for stopping in. D says, good night, Mary Taz. Dog dude, thank you again for this gracious tip. Love to you also and appreciation to you also. Pat Go, what's up, my brother? Or sit down. My sister, I forgot. You're a woman, I believe. ¿Cómo estás? Latino MILFs. Hairy Cooch. Yeah, like, Pat Go, I know you living in the woods with hairy bears and shit. But that's what I want to tell you tonight. I don't want to get negative. But I want to tell you. I like hairy coochie. I don't know if that helps you, Pat Go. So, Pat Go, like, I don't know, like, I think you're in the Upper Peninsula where, like, you guys go, like, you chill out with bears and all types of shit like that. In South Florida, guys, it's like, yeah, you ain't gonna see no bears. Most coochie shaved because they ain't wearing much. So if you see a girl with hairy coochie, that's like, guys, you're out in the wilderness. Yeah. Now, let's stay positive. I like hairy coochie. D, hey, Sam. Hey, James. ESP. Of course you, Sam. Thank you, D. Back up. I think that means, how are you in Spanish been using? Oh, yeah, no. I was thinking about that. Thank you, Pago. Yeah, Diablo. I got to use that because these Spanish chicks now, they expect. I met this Mexican girl. I think I'm in love, but I don't know if I'm going to talk to her. I got to learn Spanish for this Mexican girl. I got to figure it out. Thank you for reminding me about Diablo. It's some app. It's the new Rosetta Stone, I heard. Thank you, Pago. Good job. Inspired James, hydration break. Thank you again. Yeah, 5-0 lookout. Yeah, 5-0 rolls through here frequently, which I'm happy about, but I don't want to stay here too long. I want to be under the radar. Go, no air conditioner. Guys, I came to Florida to sweat, not to be in circulated air, breathing in the coronavirus. Where I'm at, hot as heck. Yeah, you in bear country. I'm in MILF country. I love you, Go. ESP. iHeartRadio app is where I listen to Keith Sweat. Oh, okay. He's not broadcast here. That makes sense. ESP, hey, D. ESP, Go. Ben Usta. Damn, my Spanish rusty as shit. Go. I'm going to have to check this Keith Sweat out. Oh, I want to tell you, Go, that may change your life. I want you to sing Keith Sweat to some of these bears in the Upper Peninsula. Oh, yeah, that's real excitement. Go, está muy bien, gracias. And I ain't mad at that. Cartoon Mark, thank you again, man. Your drawing made my day today. It really did. Art is a blessing from the Lord. Go, Diablo for the win. I gotta get my Diablo game up. Because I definitely got to get my game up on that. Roger Shaw, what's up, brother? Just saw the Cartoon Mark video. Didn't do it. Yeah, A+. That guy did a great job. Love the local feel in a big place. That was straight fire emoji. Thank you, Roger Shaw. I agree with that. Keith Smith, I read this here. Congratulations, brother. San Francisco for the win for you. I support you. I respect you, and I appreciate you. D, I thank you. Keith Smith, you know what it is. Ramsey's done. His doors will take over, but what they don't realize is that business is on the way out. But that's my opinion. I still respect Dave. I respect what he did. He's helped me. There's no lights in the all-night gas station. We're in a dark section tonight. ESP, at Go. You could have said Joyce is too formal for friends. Yeah, see, I don't know. See, I dated a Puerto Rican girl. They got a certain slang. Then the Mexican girls got a different slang. Then I got a Uruguayan friend. So all the Latin countries got different slang in their thing. It's hard to figure out. Keith Smith. Thank you, brother. $2 super chat. Beyonce versus Rihanna. I hope this not fake news. After the Locks versus Dipset, they brought verses up to a whole nother dimension. So Beyonce versus will tear it down. Because, well, Beyonce for the win. She's an amazing performer. But Rihanna's got heat. Guys, that's a go. Versus, you got one person to thank. Jadakiss and the Locks. They took that up to a whole nother dimension. Good job, Keith Smith. Thank you. I didn't hear that. Go, it's fun. Yeah, you're doing Spanish. Excellent. Go at ESP, thumbs up. Amar. Don't get it twisted, Keith. Yeah, that's Keith Sweat. Yeah, someone said that last night. Yeah, the Keith Sweat Twisted song. I gotta check that out. D says, hola. I think that means, guys, the energy of the night is over. We don't want to push our luck and have the cops come do a sweep. We don't want to talk too long and someone who liked us now doesn't like us. Remember, the panties come up when you say too much. Remember that, guy. Oh, where's my man / automotive streetwear? That's another t-shirt we're going to make when I really capitalize. Because I'm a capitalist. Don't forget it, guys. I want to make a t-shirt that says, if you talk too much, the panties go up. Okay. And that is fact. 100 emoji, guys. Okay. So you got to learn to talk just enough, and you got to learn to talk just enough. Because without that, guys, you're not going to find out if it's a hairy cooch, if it's a shaven cooch. What you're going to be doing, okay, is committing burglary. You're going to be burglarizing your neighbor and stealing their panties. Don't do that, guys. You're going to get yourself in trouble. All right, it's over. Thank you, everyone who watched. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you to all my members. Gratitude. When in doubt, show up. When in doubt, self-care. If the worst thing that happens is you show up and you do self-care, you've gotten the core message of my channel. And that will help you improve your life. Thank you again, Pat. I love you. All I can tell you is this. Pat, how do you say in Spanish, if you talk too much, the panties go up? Anyone can say, ¿Cómo estás? I want to know, how do you say if you talk too much, the panties coming up? Good night.